vegan travelers. I'm just settling into Wellington, New Zealand, and thought it might be fun to try my hand at vlogging. So today I'm going to talk about a bunch of the things that I am really glad that we brought with us on our trip, and a couple of things that I could have done without. So the number one thing, like flat out, is a water bottle. You don't really realize that you're not staying hydrated, especially on like really long bus trips or plane rides, unless you have a physical reminder of the water that you're supposed to be drinking. So we just keep this with us all the time. Always keep it full. This one's a really nice one. It's like leak proof. You have to press a button to drink from it, and it's just been great in places where the tap water is drinkable. In places where it's harder to find drinkable tap water, you should either buy bottled water or get something like this. We have not used the LifeStraw yet, but I imagine we will when we're in Thailand. But it's been really good just to know that if there's a time where we don't have access to clean water, we can use this as a filter. You just kind of put it in and drink from it like it's a straw. Plain and simple. It's not very expensive for how much it will save you in purification tablets, although I will say it doesn't filter out everything, so check before you sip. So it's been like just kind of hanging out in my bag, but eventually I think it'll pay off. Okay, so in a different line of thinking, I have this. This deodorant is amazing, and it's small, and it's just a great big rock. So it doesn't count against me in my liquid allowance because we've been using our backpacks as carry-ons, so that's been great too. Another good thing to have for hostels is a master lock or a similarly sturdy lock for locking your things in the lockers. They'll provide lockers for you most of the time, but you have to bring your own lock. Another super important thing is an international phone. I bought one that you can switch the SIM cards out, so all you have to do is buy the SIM and then buy yourself a plan, which are usually pretty cheap. The SIM card that I got for New Zealand was actually free. They just gave it to me when we checked into our hostel, and I popped it in, I text a number, and now I have unlimited texting while we're here. And it's really good for in case of an emergency or asking for directions to the hostel, just for keeping all the important contacts on here. And if something were to happen, I could text home. If you have an international plan, you can put 2 SIMs in this particular phone, and you can text home if you want, but I do not have an international plan. Another lifesaver. This was amazing. You can get it online from the Vegan Society. It's about £3 something, I don't really remember, but it came pretty quickly in the mail, and it has the same statement about what being vegan means and what we can and can't eat as vegans over and over and over again in many different languages. So it was really helpful in Peru, and I'm sure it's going to be just like a lifeline in places like Japan where we can't even begin to learn the language. Like, it's just going to be pointing to things. So this is definitely a must-have if you're vegan and you're traveling. It's pretty great. So on to things that I kind of wish we hadn't brought. This is all on me. Makeup. I have not worn makeup nearly as often as I thought I was going to. I've worn it like maybe 3 times since we left, and I really don't have the time for it, or like it's not necessary, and so it just takes up room in my bag. But some of it, especially when you like want to shop vegan makeup, like some of it's really expensive sometimes, so I don't really want to throw it away, but now I just have to lug it around with me. Similarly, jewelry. Ross bought me this beautiful necklace for my birthday, and I adore it, and I wear it as often as I can, but I'm terrified of ruining it with the sunscreen and the sweat and like the bug repellent wipes and stuff like that, so I don't wear it very often. And I have other necklaces as well that I'm not wearing my jewelry because I don't want them to break. So I'd leave the jewelry at home unless you have something that you know you're gonna wear anyway. Another thing is this journal. I thought I would journal every day and that it would be like, it would really come in handy and I would really love it, but it's too big. It's massive and it's a hard cover, so like, while it's been really helpful for budgeting and being able to see things written down, it's just not worth it to have such a big book. Like, if I could repack, I would get something kind of bendy and much smaller. I can't get rid of this one because it has so much important information regarding flight dates and schedules and sanctuary numbers and stuff. But I kind of wish I hadn't brought it. And it's really pretty too. But yeah, I think that's about it. I packed and repacked about 1,000 times, so I tried really, really hard not to bring anything that I didn't need. And I packed all my clothes in like Ziploc bags so I could compress them. So yeah, my mama taught me well on how to pack, except for when it came to books. Books are always an exception, I think. But still. So that's about it from me. I, again, just want to say the most important thing is that you get a water bottle when you're going. It will be a lifesaver and you will thank me later. Alright, that's all. Bye!